Ay, 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 I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Holy moly,
Guacamole in my pockets.
What a blessing. Got it on me. I got options. Real stepper. Check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good, feeling good. Where my hopping done at? Put it on a plate with some lemonade.
Oh, smacky to likey. Hitty to subby.
Get up, walk up, play. But you better not come home like this. We was young, racing. Carefree was the best time. Fast forward, daydreaming about the next time. When it's gonna happen again, cause
I just wanna have fun.
come and pick me up.
Hey.
Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool. Get ready for the ride.
Oh, don't it feel good? Oh, 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 oh.
Don't it feel good?
Yabba gabba goo.
Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch. Pop up clean room. Everyday celebration. Take a trip vacation. You deserve a day. You deserve a day off. Working for too long. Gotta
keep at it.
Turn my cell phone off. Wait till I get back. Ooh, yeah, this shit.
Living my life with no regrets.
So I title. Pull up on me. We did chillin'. At the spot. What time? Anytime. Pull up on me. We the coolin'. The chill spot. What time?
I wanna do what? Wanna have fun. Come and pick me up. Hey.
Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool. Get ready for the ride.
Hey, don't it feel? Bang.
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel? He's simply ravishing.
Oh. I tell you guys the truth about this one, baby. I woke up this morning and I said, you ravishing son of a bitch. I looked at myself in the mirror, looked at me, and he said, you are ravishing, you Italian gabagooli and son of a bitch. Oh yeah, put it louder, baby. If the Yankees aren't listening to this before every game, they're doing something wrong. Tell yourself that you are. When he eats gabagool, just let it play out, folks. Let it play out. Feel good about yourself this morning. Song makes me break a tear sometimes because it's just so amazing. There he goes, taking off his robe. His body's chiseled. Oh, folks, all the legends are going away. All the legends are going away, man. Where's today's Rick Rude? Where's today's Macho Man Randy Savage? Where's Hulkamania still here, thankfully. But anyway, let me not go off on a tangent of dead wrestlers. Is this song about Jason Dominguez? Yeah, definitely. He's feeling simply ravishing right now, no doubt about it. But how is everybody doing this morning? God bless you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And of course, grab your
cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Gotta have your cup of coffee in the big time, folks. Today's show is, I'm just giving everybody a heads up right now, guys. Today's show is absolutely packed with voicemails. So I woke up this morning, and typically early before I start getting set up, we might have, 4 or 5 tops in voicemails. We got about 14 this morning before the show even started. We got about 14 voicemails in there. So there are a couple of things I want to discuss, but I'll be honest, there's not a shit ton. So we are going to be able to get to a lot of your guys' voicemails. But first and foremost, let me say good morning to the beautiful, wonderful people in this chat. Grace Monroe, how you doing? Dominican American, what is going on? Eat your mango. Facts, fam. I tell you what, I'll eat somebody's mango right now. Mango is just delicious. The greatest breakfast in the world. Greatest breakfast in the world. Angelo, Truth Always, Yojo, Anthony Garcia, Desiree Conrad, Francis, he'll steal your grandmother Lee is in the chat. My guy, Alex.
El Diablo.
Anthony, the GOAT, Medina. Ra, the GOAT, Thompson. Adam the Socio, Scarce, what is going on? Kev, Boogie, Gabagool. Over here.
Gabagool, over here.
We have Derek in here. Says the kids are on the rise. Let's go, baby. Damian Serrano, my guy. Julio Garcia. Hip Hop Acevedo, what is going on, my guy? Dr. Hitskins, how you doing? How you doing? Martin Salazar, how you doing? Ultra Cowboy, how you doing? Brett Alexander, my guy. We got the great Dane Huber in the chat. King of Jordans, Tim, King of Jordans. Reaper, the boy wonder, Gabriel Vasquez. It just keeps going. Zach G. My guy, Jocko. Jocko said he got gabagool in his pocket. And let me tell you something. If you're a true Italian, you've certainly had gabagool or some sort of Italian cold cut in your pocket at some point in your life. It's just a natural thing. If I played baseball and I was at the major league level, I wouldn't do chewing tobacco and none of that shit, bubble gum. No, I'd have a thick piece of gabagool, throw right back here somewhere, and that's it. That's how I go about my business. That's the way I play ball. You spit out a piece of gabagool every now and then. All right, folks, we are going to get into our conversation. I am very excited, very excited. But guys, I got to be real with you for a second. Am I going to do this? Is this the right thing to do? I'm doing this again because, look, when I switch this over to what you guys know we do to start every single episode of All Rise, it's not as bad anymore, and it might even be getting a little hopeful. I got to do it. Switch on over to the standings as the New York Yankees are 7.5 games out of a wild card spot. Now, folks, I'm just going to say it right now. It is September 6th. If gun to my head, I do not think the Yankees will get in. I don't think the Yankees will get in the postseason. I don't think that's going to happen.
Would you look at that?
But would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
We'll even double up on it because another thing we could even say, is
Who the fuck is that guy?
who are these guys? Who are these guys that all of a sudden are playing decent ball? Who are these people? But again, folks, the Yankees are 7-3 over their last 10. They have won 4 games in a row. And we're going to see what happens. We're just going to see what happens. Again, I think it's a little too late. I don't think they get in. Here's the other thing, folks. And again, like I said, this show is going to predominantly be about your guys' voicemails today. Here's the other thing to remember. If the Yankees were to get in, you got to remember one thing. It's going to make the front office look even worse because Dominguez and Wells can't play. So even if they were to find a way to squeak in, to just get in, Dominguez and Wells could not play. So you would be seeing your lineup with Higgy and who the hell knows in center field? IKF, I guess. IKF would be in center and Higgy would be catching. Peraza and Pereira could play, but that's it. The other guys couldn't actually play in the postseason. So it's fun to talk about, right? It's fun to think about, but we are where we are. We'll see what happens. DJ Steels, what's going on? D-Rod, Philo, how's everybody doing today? Thank you guys for being here. And guys, as always, we are going to immediately jump into voicemails. We got a shit ton of them, so everybody's aware I did change the voicemail message, okay? It's no longer NYY News TV on there. I changed it, all right? So everybody don't got to talk about it no more. All right, we can move past that point. Let's get to the first voicemail of the day.
Hello, Peter. This is Chris. I love your show. First-time caller, long-time listener. And what are we going to do about the Yankees bullpen? I just don't think it's where it should be going into next year. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hello. How you doing? My guy. My guy. My guy.
Did he answer his own how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hello. How you doing? That's a new one. I've never heard that. I actually thought that was a troll at first. I was like, oh man, I missed it. I thought that was a troll at first, but it came off very good. How do you address the bullpen? You know, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think that's an area of concern for the Yankees. I think the closer is a concern for the Yankees, but again, the Yankees got a lot of arms, man. They got a lot of young arms coming up. Neely is one guy in the minor leagues that I know Dane and Carlos are very, very high on. They do believe that he can be a closer at the major league level. There's a few other guys down there in the system. Again, guys, we got, your Luis Heels coming back up who throw absolutely smoke with a fantastic slider. Dane gave me some great information on Luis Heel and his recovery so far. He's apparently hitting high 90s again. He's developed a very nice cutter. And the fastball slider combo, we already know what that was. So I don't know where that is going to take him. Danny Watson is another guy in the minor league system. So one thing I will say about the Yankees is they usually seem to have that stuff down pretty well. They usually seem to get enough out of their bullpen. The problem with the Yankees have been if they last going into the postseason. That has been the issue, and I do think closer is an issue. I don't think Clay Holmes is a closer. I don't think Clay Holmes should be a closer, but again, we'll see what happens. Let's continue on. We got a ton of voicemails, guys, and let me get the line up because, again, guys, today is going to be all about you and your voicemails. Let's have a conversation.
Hey, Pete. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Come andiamo, amici?
How you doing?
Hey, Pete. This is me, Mike, from Louisiana. Pete, I was thinking, actually today, I said, man, hopefully Pete can talk a little bit about this. On the free agency, Pete, I do think that the only thing that we are going to need is pitcher Yamamoto from Japan and Cody Bellinger. Think about it. You think about it for a second. That's exactly what I think that we need. We have like $70 million to spend.
Yeah.
We have a lot of money, but if we put those two guys right in there, oh my God, that's it. I think that's the only thing that we need. Okay, for now. Also, Pete, the people keep on talking about Shohei Ohtani, and that is a two-way player. My man, hold on right in there. He's a two-way player because what? Because he pitches and he swings the ball. Guess what? Judge plays the field. He plays the field and he swings the ball also. So he is also a two-way player. Okay? So if I had to choose who is better, it's always going to be Judge. Just think about it for a second, because they're talking about, because he pitches and he swings the ball. No, hold on. And what about the people that swings the ball and play the field? They are also two-way players, So, Pete, have a good day, my man. God bless you, buddy. Arrivederci. Bye.
Hey, Mike, I always appreciate your voicemails, man. I think at that last one there, that's a little bit of a stretch. I get it playing defense. I always talked about that myself. I think that's something that should be talked about a little more when it comes to, the best player in baseball right now. Ohtani's a rare talent. He's a great talent. Don't get me wrong. And of course, they mean pitching and hitting, of course, for the two-way player. So I understand that. But fielding is not easy. As Alex literally just said, I was right on that same thing. Fielding is not easy. Fielding is not easy at all. No doubt about it. It's very, very difficult, folks. It is not an easy thing to do. And Aaron Judge, I talk about it a lot, is one of the best right fielders in all of baseball. Is defensively, however you want to talk about it, he's one of the best. But Mike, you bring up the offseason. And this is going to be a topic of conversation for a long time until these guys are off the board. You bring up Cody Bellinger and you bring up Yoshi Yamamoto. Yamamoto, to me, is the 1A. He's the guy you got to go get. You got to get Yamamoto. You got to figure that out. You got to go from there and get this guy. The other thing that, some people are now starting to bring up a little more of is, hey, Pete, there's rumors out there again that the Padres are going to trade Soto because he only got the 1 year. They may not re-sign him if that happens. And again, it's always going to be talked about when you're a generational talent. Juan Soto is a generational talent, folks. If that is also on the table, it would be amazing to see the Yankees somehow figure out a way to keep Dominguez, keep Volpe, knowing it's 1 year. Can't ask for the moon with 1 year. But if you can figure that stuff out, that will be unbelievable. But again, guys, we got a long way to go. We got all of September to go. We got a long way to go to figure all this stuff out. And it is going to be a shit ton of conversation regarding the Yankees offseason.
Hey, Pete.
Eric.
Well, you guys win again. It might be too late. There might be time. I don't know. By the way, how you doing? 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 Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Eric, I thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's get to our next voicemail.
What's up, Pete? Tyler here. I saw the title for All Rise today. Do they have a chance? My answer is still no because Aaron Boone is still the manager of this team, and I don't trust him going anywhere as long as he's on this team. But, I mean, can they do it? I think they still can, but it's going to take a lot of guys to get going. Like, you need Stanton to get on a hot streak. Obviously, DJ's been playing well. Then you bring up Dominguez and Wells. They've looked good so far, and then hopefully you can get, Pereira and Peraza starting to hit a bit more. I mean, if all that comes together, I mean, that is asking for a lot from a lot of people, but if some way we're able to get some people going, I mean, maybe there's a chance we're going to have to rely on other teams losing a lot to be able to get into a wild card spot, but just with our situation going on, like, I'm not falling for these tricks that the Yankees are trying to throw at us. Even if we're going a win streak, they're still not going to convince me that they can have a championship roster that's willing to compete in the playoffs. So, personally, I do not see it happening, but, I mean, I guess I could hope for it because I don't want to be a delusional Yankees fan, but I don't see it happening. But thanks, Pete. Have a great one.
Tyler, I always appreciate your voicemails, my guy. And it's funny, I'm going to answer. There's a question that I want to answer in the chat, but no, Tyler, I'm right there with you. Look, I don't think the Yankees are making it either. You brought up a good point about Aaron Boone. Let me answer this question real quick. Then I do want to talk about Aaron Boone real quick. Hip Hop Azevedo says, Pete, if you can only have one, who do you prefer, Yamamoto or Bellinger? I'll be honest with you, man. I got to go Yamamoto on that. I think he's one of the best pitchers in the world. And a lot of that talent nowadays in Japan, folks, really are can't miss, especially more on the pitching side. These guys they've closed the gap on Major League Baseball in the sense, especially on the pitching side. of being guys that you could get and almost just say, go ahead, go out in the rotation. You're ready to rock and roll. And it's been pretty good. But Tyler, I definitely want to talk about what you said, right? You said, I don't trust this team winning with Aaron Boone. And, after talking to a few people more and more, I think the same consensus is starting to go around baseball is that Boone and Cashman are going to be back. Aaron Boone's in his final year. He's going to be back. Guys, I could sit here in front of you guys right now and say I can't stand that. And I want to make something clear because I think a lot of people get the wrong impression about the way I talk about Aaron Boone. Everything I say about Aaron Boone is regarding him as a manager and what we see. I do not know the guy personally. I don't know him. He's probably a good guy like everybody says, but the Yankees do not need that right now. The Yankees do not need the buddy-buddy. The Yankees need somebody who they can say, this guy has my back, but he demands the best. That's what the Yankees need. They don't need the buddy-buddy bullshit. This club is a team that is right there having a chance to win. I believe that. Guys, before Dominguez called up, people were calling me crazy because I said, guys, they're not as far away as people think. And I believe that to right now. I, too, am very concerned with Aaron Boone being a manager going forward. But I want to bring something up. There was a good article written, I don't know if it was an article or just quotes that was put out from John Heyman. And I know there's not a lot of people that like John Heyman, but John Heyman made a good point. John Heyman said, the Yankee organization likes Boone, but there's some people that question his knowledge of being a great manager right now. So what he suggested the Yankees may do, and I was telling this to somebody the other day, it might have been Raw on a personal call. I forgot I was saying this to somebody, and I said, pay close attention to who the Yankees bench coach is next year. I think that is going to be very important. I think the Yankees probably do bring back Boone. Now, if it was up to me, he'd be fired. I think they bring Boone back, but pay close attention to who the bench coach is next year. I think that's going to be very, very important. Hector, what's going on, brother? Pinstripe Chronicles, Tats, what's going on, my guy? I think that is going to be very, very important. So stay tuned for that. We'll see what happens. We did have a milestone yesterday before we move forward. And actually, I'm going to show this before I do that. This is a tweet I put out yesterday, and I've been telling you guys about this, and now you're getting more and more information backing up what I told you guys. Again, Hal Steinbrenner ordered that no sell-off happened at the deadline, and they would call up prospects after they get the additional year of service, or their service clock does not start. It's exactly what we are seeing. I just hope Cashman is relieved of his duties in the offseason. The reason I bring this tweet up, folks, is Michael Kay yesterday said that Hal Steinbrenner is behind the call-ups. Hal Steinbrenner is the guy saying, play the kids. The analytics department and Brian Cashman did not want to call the kids up yet. And at the end of the day, Hal Steinbrenner said, no, that's it. I don't know if that's maybe a Brian Sabian thing. Apparently, he's more in his ear. Omar Minaya is more in his ear. I don't know if that was those guys going, you got to play him. You got to play him. That's it. Get him out there. Put him out there. That is it. You got to play him. So, again, guys, if you go back to my video, when I put the news out there, people were going, oh, that's not possible. That can't happen. All the news is now coming out like I told you it would. I said, give it time. Hal Steinbrenner prevented the Yankees from making any moves, stand pat, call up the kids once they got their service time extended for an additional year, which was after, the 16th of August. You started seeing those guys come up, and bada bing, bada boom, here we are now. And to his credit, yeah, should you have sold off the 1 year guys? Why not? Why not? But we now have hope in what next year could be. We now have that hope of what we're starting to see. So I don't know if Brian Cashman is going to have some powers taken away from him. According to who the hell was it again? Who was it? It might have been Heyman's article or Bob Klappich. Bob Klappich said that what he's hearing is that Brian Cashman's power may be taken from him a bit, and that might go more to Omar Minaya and Brian Sabian. We'll see about that. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting offseason, and we'll see what happens. The Yankees also had a milestone yesterday. Let's go ahead and play that. The 1-1 incoming to G. Pitch. Hit it in left field and deep. Oh! Stanton hits the G spot, and the Yankees take a 3-2-1 lead. Oh, that's my Stanton. Yeah, so Big G at home run number 400 last night, folks, of his career. And, of course, we got to hope that Stanton stays hot the rest of the way. My guy, Ruben, was good, brother. Let's continue on with the voicemails, guys. Again, this is your show. Keep it going.
Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Chad. Case 1847.
Scass, what's up, my guy?
I love what we're seeing. These kids have, a lot of spunk in them. It's great. It's sad that we have to see them now. When we've been telling them all year long that they need to call up the kids, but the Yankees do things ass backwards. So better late than never, as they say.
Yeah.
One thing about these kids are they're going to keep these veterans on their toes. Either it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think the other game 2 days ago, versus the last game versus Houston, where Jason Dominguez made that jack job, man. Man, the look on Stanton's face was like either worried or he finally woke up and said, okay, I definitely got to put my big boy pants on. So like you said before, these kids are either going to make these veterans be better or break them. But that's all I got to say, man. Hope everyone had a good, long Labor Day weekend. And God bless, and thanks, Pete.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, look, it is a little too late, obviously, but, at least we're seeing this. Here's the thing, guys. If we didn't get these call-ups and we rode the season out, is anybody excited for 2024? I mean, nobody's excited for 2024. Where we stand right now, guys, we can at least be a little bit excited about what is to come. And that is the good thing. That is what we're seeing. That is the stuff that we're looking at right now. And I saw from Miguel Torres in the chat. He said, no, please be honest. Y'all want Torres traded or should he come back? I like him, man. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've said this. Gleyber Torres has certainly, he's grown on me a little bit. Gleyber has gotten better. He's hustling every play now. He looks like he's playing harder. I don't know who's talked to him, but somebody has. But here's the thing about Gleyber that you got to ask yourself. And this has always been my position on Gleyber Torres. Yes, he annoys me at times, no doubt about it. But it's always been my position on him. He is a good ball player, but the fact of the matter remains, baseball is a business. Your team is a business. Are you willing to give Gleyber Torres 7+ years, well over $100+ million that he will command? He's going to command that. And by all means, he's one of the best second basemen in baseball. He is. Defense or not, whatever you think about it. Whatever you think is up here. He is one of the better ones in the game. Are you going to pay him all that money and lock him in long term? I'll tell you right now, I have a little concern about giving Gleyber Torres a long-term deal, about up here more than anything. I don't know if Gleyber's going to be so willing to be the best player on the field every day after filling his pockets with some fatties. I don't know. Maybe he would be. I don't know. Me, with all the youth coming up, Roderick Arias, some people are saying his ceiling is higher than Dominguez. Trey Sweeney still down there. We know Peraza already. I don't know if I am willing to commit that to Gleyber Torres. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I could do that. I don't know if I'm able to make that commitment. And people talk about where you're going to find the offense. Well, guys, look, you find it in many different ways. Does Dominguez become a mid-order bat? I know he's not a second baseman, but he's now in your lineup. Does he become a better bat? Does a full season of Oswald Peraza show how good this kid can be? Every single scout that I know, Paul O'Neill, talks about it. A lot of people talk about it. They believe he's going to be an above-average player. So where do you draw that line? Where do you draw that line and go, nope, or yeah, let's lock him in long-term? I do not want to see Gleyber Torres in the outfield. I don't want to see Gleyber Torres in the outfield. I mean, that is something I do not want to see. But I do want to see this man continue to play in the outfield. Jason Dominguez with another big double yesterday. Another big hit. This kid comes up there smiling. No worry in the world. He's just playing baseball. Unbelievable speed. This kid is going to be everything that we hoped. I truly believe that. I'm so happy that Jason Dominguez is on this team. Exactly my point. Stop playing guys out of position. That's why I'm showing this. The Yankees have what looks to be a solid outfield moving forward. Keep it the way it is, and let's just play ball and get guys in the position they need to be. Let's continue on with the voicemails.
Hey, good morning, Pete. Good morning, NYYU fam. All rise. Good morning, everybody in the chat. It's Damian. Just wanted to reach out and chime in a little bit this morning about Hal and Brian, Dushman, the Weasel Cashman. Just some reports that came out that I was checking out that Brian Cashman, as some of these people are now trying to give him his flowers for obviously these rookies, these prospects being his guys. Didn't even want to call these guys up. According to reports, it was Hal that pushed for this. It was Hal that said enough is enough. Let's get the kids up. And if Hal didn't, Lord knows we'd probably be seeing Josh Donaldson and Greg Allen, so on and so forth, playing. And that opened up my eyes a little bit just due to the fact that I think Hal is finally opening up his eyes and actually losing a little trust in his boy, his best friend, Mr. Cashman, including with the trade deadline. As much as we were all kind of upset that they didn't do anything, Hal was like, listen, I don't think I trust you enough to make trades. And that speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does.
Especially with this outside company coming in, which I don't see as necessarily a bad thing. It can be. But I also look at it as, you have other eyes and not a bunch of yes men that are going to tell you flat out what's good and what's not. And then more importantly, going to evaluate not only the analytic team, but they're going to evaluate Cashman on all these moves that he's done throughout the years. So I just think this is a good opportunity for Hal to really dive in deep and see what Cashman has done to his organization, to his pockets, to his legacy. Because Lord knows, Hal doesn't want to be the one Steinbrenner to ruin it. Out of all the Steinbrenners, his father, Hank, does Hal really want to be the guy to say, for everyone to say, he's the one that ruined it? I doubt it. So, just wanted to hear your thoughts on that. I hope everybody has a great day. Everybody take care. NYYU fam, all rise. It's Damian. I'm out. Have a good one, guys.
Damian, I appreciate that, brother. Look, man, you're spot on. You know what I mean? You're saying exactly what You know, I have been repeating for a while now. And again, what I was told at the deadline is that Hal Steinbrenner kind of put his foot down and said, no, we're not making these moves. And whether you agree with that or not, because I don't agree with that, I still think you should have got whatever you could have got for the guys that are in their final year. But I do believe what I was told is that, and now again, more of those reports are coming out. Call the kids up, let them play. It's a smart business decision, one, and it is the right move to make. So here we are. We still got a lot of voicemails loaded in, guys, so let's keep it going. Next one coming up.
Hey, Pete, Macho King calling from the multiverse of madness. Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to all the underground savages out there, dig. And any haters can catch these nuts. And that goes to Trash Can and Baboon, too. The Yankees continue to roll, and I'm glad they're finally hitting for Cole in his pursuit of the Cy Young, yeah. And he picked up another win, which helps it, yeah. I humor him for now with his personal catcher business because there's going to be more kids coming up, and he'll have to deal with that. Not to mention the fact that Rortvedt can't hit his way out of a wet paper bag. It makes Higgy look like Babe Ruth, yeah. The Yankees crack medical staff shut down Rizzo for the rest of the season because of the concussion they misdiagnosed, yeah. And he sucks. Harold ought to fire the medical and training staff and hire some jabronis from the local urgent care express because they could do a better job than those bums, yeah. Anyhow, the youth movement is in full swing, and that is a beautiful thing. Oh, yeah. Go Yanks.
I got to wonder this right now, guys, because September 23rd is right around the corner, and Macho King is going to be there. Is Macho King going to talk like that the entire time? That might be one of the greatest things I've ever seen. But anyway, guys, speaking of September 23rd, got a few tickets left. Let me show you the event, baby. Be right back.
As the competition, but if you go against me, you the opposition. But if you want to look like you could close the distance, I'ma give it A forever since you're so persistent. With you, I'm just practicing.
Oh yeah, folks, September 23rd is right around the corner. I cannot wait for it, guys. It is gonna be absolutely amazing. We only got a few tickets left. I think it's either 5 or 6. I'm trying to see if maybe we can get some more. We'll see, but nothing is guaranteed as of right now. So make sure you guys go ahead and get that. Is there a special gate we have to go to, Pete? If you guys in the chat who have been there, let them know what gate it was. I keep forgetting what gate it is, but we get there early. We have an amazing time. It is the best event in the world, folks. I'm telling you guys, you're going to love it if you're coming. Do everything you can to be there because it is special, no doubt about it. Let's continue on with the show, folks. Dan. Yep.
What they should have done a couple months ago, before they fell down a complete hole. But I think it's just not going to happen this year. I think set the goals for next year, especially with the new kids, move on, and let's move on to a brighter future and make the right moves to help these kids out too. Also, I think next season, Hal Steinbrenner, during spring training, before anything starts up, before the games, I think he needs to make an unannounced visit into that dugout, or locker room. And he needs to scare the shit out of the guys, everyone. You're like, oh boy, the big boss is here. Like, what's going on? Sort of like when your area manager or somebody walks into the job and all of a sudden it was like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, make them scared.
Yep.
I think you also need to change how things are. Take that computer printed out lineup off of there. Rip it off the wall. Get a piece of paper out of a notebook. Tell everybody, write your name down. And after they do that, tell them, put your position that you plan to play this year. Write it down, just like high school. And then tell them simply, your name is no longer set in stone. If you do not come to camp and play your 100%, 120% effort, your name will be erased and you will be on the bench. Your name, your stats, your home run numbers from last year or your career do not matter anymore. Your team effort will matter. Your 100% play will matter. And also, I would turn to the new coach and to Brian Cashman and say, guess what, guys? Those tablets, yeah, they're not going to be on the bench this year. They will only be allowed to be viewed after the game. Each and every one of you will be evaluated on how you help the other teammate out and how you pay attention to each and every pitch and each and every batter. Pitchers, remember that. There's going to be no longer any tablet use on there. You will pay attention to the game and the game only. Going forward, that's how it's going to be. When the starting season happens, when we start up, your name will still be penciled in because nothing is set in stone until we win a World Series. How's it going, Pete?
Yeah, Philo, I already covered that a little bit. I did talk about that a bit, Philo. So, if you want to rewind back and talk about that. The thing regarding what he said, a lot of that stuff I really like, Dan. So thank you for the informative voicemail and what you feel the Yankees need to do. I will say this 100%. I believe 150%. I believe that needs to be done by Boone. Hal Steinbrenner can be there, but it's not like Hal. But I agree with you. He should make his presence known. No doubt about it. He should make his presence known. But I will say this. In my mind, Aaron Boone should do exactly what you said. Guys, just so you know, and maybe he can't because he's developed such buddy-buddy relationships. Maybe he can't look at these guys right now and be an enforcer to a degree. Maybe he can't. This is my buddy. I can't tell my buddy if you don't play, if you don't perform, you're not going to play. Can't do that. But. Here's what I will say. It's something that must be done. The Yankees got to let these guys know you got to play for your position. You don't just get a spot. You just don't get the honor of playing for us that way. It takes time. But it is what it is. DJ Steels is planning on making me cry. Where the hell did that come from? Did I miss something? He's planning on making me cry at the event. I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll go see. A little teary-eyed Pete. Okay.
Hey, what's up, Pete, man? It's Truth always. My brother.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Salute.
Great win yesterday. I see if we got a good future, man. If Dominguez stay focused and, I pray that he gets on, under someone that's wise, that knows the game, that teaches him, to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he's a young dude. Man, God bless him. And take care, my brother. Amen.
What do my friends want to make me cry so bad? Joe is like my little brother. And now he wants to make me cry. DJ Steels wants to make me. Are you guys going to like Julius Caesar me at the event? Julius Caesar at the event, folks. All right. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's continue on with these voicemails before these nutcases. Now my guy Dane is saying this to me. You know what, chat? I'm not going to read the chat no more. We're going to continue.
Hey, Pete. It's Gary from Syracuse. I was listening to Derek last night after his postgame show. The Yankees won 5-1 against Detroit. And according to what he said, according to Michael Kay, he said that Cashman had no intention of bringing up the young players.
Yeah.
That should tell you something. This motherfucker's got to go. This guy's a clown. Time is passing by. I'm glad Hal overruled him and said we're bringing the kids up because this is his team. He's the boss.
Yep.
And then the analytics department said the same thing, which means these guys just got to fucking go. There's no way in hell that you can bring these young kids up and let this motherfucking asshole Cashman run this fucking show again. This dude has got to go. If I was a prospect coming up in the future years and the Yankees were going to draft me, I'd say, you know what, you can go stick it. There's no way in God's green earth I'm going to let my son play for an organization and let my son rot in the minor leagues. I don't get it. But it's time to fire Cashman. Peace out, Goombas.
Hey, Garrett, I appreciate that, man. One of the things that a lot of you may know about Brian Cashman is he's always had a philosophy in the minor leagues where guys have to hit every level. He wants guys at every single level. And there's some people that see that and go, you know what? Maybe that's correct. But let me tell you guys something. Baseball prospects are very, very different than they were 20 years ago. Baseball prospects are very, very different than they were 10 years ago. You know, I think it was Dane who might have brought this up to me one day. Somebody in the chat brought this up one day and said, you know, these guys are seeing high 90s in FSL. They're seeing high 90s in the Dominican League. You know, these guys are facing very strong talent, better than it's ever been in baseball. They're facing that at 17 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old, 16 years old. They're facing that type of pitching. They're facing that type of talent. So you know what? When a guy's in AA and he's finally found it, it's well okay for a team to go, come on up. If you need some polishing, we'll get you your polishing. But that is what this is supposed to be, folks. I don't give a shit. What anybody wants to tell you about analytics, fine. Analytics are cool. Analytics are a part of the story. But let me tell you guys something. Do you ever hear when a scout goes, the thing that was most impressive about so-and-so, they stood out on the field. They went 0 for 4 that day, but they stood out on the field. Because they're better. The stat doesn't always tell you the full story. So a lot of these analytic guys, they're basing who is going to be a great talent solely on analytical numbers. Yeah, but his launch angle is great. Yeah, but this is great. Yeah, but that's great. And then you got guys like Luis Ariz going, what about me? What about the guy that is smart enough to poke the ball through the left side? What about the guy that lays the bunt down? What about the slap hitter? What about guys that have been mainstays in Major League Baseball forever? Sometimes it takes the eyes to sit there and go, do not get rid of this guy. I'm telling you right now, hold on to him. And that's pro scouting. That is advanced scouting. A lot of times, the eye test is the main test. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, Pete, Gary against the Circus. So I make one other point, like about Cashman. Time has passed by, like I said, but you think about it. Are any other GMs in the major leagues want to work with this clown?
Good point.
Because he overhypes his prospects. Then he lets them sit in the minor leagues and rot. You know, Domingo should have been up here probably early in the year with all the other prospects, Peraza, and a bunch of them. But I'm glad Hal grew a pair of balls and said, I'm bringing the kids up because this is my team. I'm the owner. You're not.
Yeah.
It's just time for Cashman to go.
Yeah.
He cannot run this team anymore. He's living in the past and 20 years ago. You can't operate that way. You see what Atlanta and Dodgers are doing.
Yep.
They have great organizations. They know how to run their organizations right. Just even St. Louis. Those are perfect examples of how to run a team. Peace out.
Appreciate you, man. LI Yankee King says, breaking news, Matt Crook called up and Keenan Middleton going to the IL. It's a little hit right there. I think the Yankees probably bring back Keenan Middleton. He's been fantastic for them. He's not going to get a big deal, but I do think the Yankees bring Middleton back. Hit the like button for me, folks. Do me a big favor and smack that like button. Let's get those numbers up. And on the likey for, of course, your show, All Rise. We're going to keep it rolling, guys. You got about 5 or 6 more locked in. And like I said, there's not news galore out there right now regarding the Yankees. Game season live, of course, tonight, but let's keep it going.
Hey, Pete, it's Jacko. I just want to say real quick, it's amazing, like, what these guys, these young guys, the youth movement, the energy they've injected into the team, the last games. You know, it makes you wonder what would have happened a month, 6 weeks ago if they brought these guys up. Who knows where we'd be right now. Yeah, the last, I'm not fooled by it. I still think the Yankees are going to finish under 500. Boone is still a shitty manager, and he's going to find some way to screw this up.
Yep.
A piece of crap. Steinbrenner needs to get his head out of his ass. And like I said, I'm not fooled by it. The front office needs to go. Boone needs to go. And we'll see what happens the rest of the season. But anyway, brother, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Jocko, you know, I always appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for the voicemail. Yeah, look, you know, a lot of times when I see people tweet out, like myself personally, I tweeted out that I wish the Yankees called these guys up earlier. A lot of people right away jump to the conclusion that, oh my God, you would have called up Dominguez when he was hitting 188. No, I'm not talking about Dominguez. Guys, I'm going even further than that. I'm going Estevan Florial. And I know people went, he sucked. 54 at-bats over 3 seasons, guys. You gotta reward your young talent. That is why you're seeing the team play good. It provides energy. You think these guys wanted to play with shitty skunk mullet? It provides energy. When I say they should have started calling these guys up before the deadline, I mean your Peraza, I mean your Florial. That's the route this team should have took. Then when Everson Pereira was killing it in AA, called up, killing it in AAA, he should have got his chance. And you keep loading and loading and loading youth on the team. You also want to know why? It makes those veterans go, hey, they're willing to call those guys up. You better start fucking playing. We better start playing for real. That is what I am proud. I don't know about anybody else, but that is what I'm talking about. And then, yeah, of course, get Jason Dominguez up here. Of course, get him up here. I would have called Dominguez up straight from AA when he was hitting 3-something over 40 games. Straight up. Got him up here. But here we are. Let's keep it going, guys. More voicemails. I'm going to get this thing off the screen right now because we're going to get to the last ones that wrap up. We got a while to go. We're going to get to all these, so keep it rolling.
Hey, Pete, what's going on, man? The truth always, my brother.
Yo.
I wanted to add to what I was saying before, man. I want to give you so much props, bro, to having the guts to have a platform, a Yankee platform that speaks the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
Because a lot of these dudes got their tails between their legs, you know, because they corporate. You know what I'm saying? They like to kiss butt, you know, and they don't like to call it like it is. You know what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of people tune in. You got like 20,000 and plus, man. I pray that you get like 20 billion. You know what I'm saying? That tune into your show, bro. Because, yo, to speak the truth, man, and not care about what other people think, man. You know what I mean? We talk about the Yankee fans and they want to share their grievances and say, you know, that Cashman got to step up or the Yankees got to step up. Man, that's what's up, man. And I just want to tell you, man, you a businessman. Keep doing your thing, my brother. God bless you and your family. In Jesus' name, amen.
I appreciate you, Truth Always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the nice words. And yeah, this you know, NYY Underground is growing. It's getting bigger by the day. Like I said, we have amazing plans for 2024. Some that we plan on announcing at the event. We got a couple of really amazing things in the pipeline that we are working on, that we are building towards. And again, at the end of the day, look, man, I believe this community is so close. It's such a close-knit community because we are sharing a common message, and it is refreshing. It's refreshing to hear. So real talk for the real fan is exactly that. It is whoever is on that camera that day is their real talk. They're going to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? They're not going to sit there and kiss ass because, oh my God, the Yankees are going to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? And sometimes that opinion might be different than me. It might be different than Dane's. It might be different than Christian and Chris's. It might be different than each other. But we are giving you guys what we truly believe, and we're not afraid to say it. That simple. Let's keep it going, baby.
Hey, Pete. Good morning, and good morning to everybody in NYYU.
Yeah.
Angel Serrano. What's up?
Angel!
Yo. Listen, man, this is wonderful, man. This is wonderful. The Yankees are on a little roll. Like Ralph Cramden says from The Honeymooners, how sweet it is. Definitely, man. Us Yankee fans, we all knew that if we brought up the rookies, I wish they would have brought them up earlier to give them more time, to marinate so they could start raking. But hey, man, we'll take it like it comes. And it looks like Hal is overriding Cashman, which is good because, Cashman didn't want to bring up the rookies and Hal did. So I hope they keep on bringing up some rookies. We got to bring up some good pitchers now like Warren and Thorpe and some other ones like Dieter. So that way they could get a taste of the flavor that they savor, so that way they could start ranking also up here in the major leagues before the end of the season. Keep on rocking, Pete. You guys are doing an awesome job. I congratulate you again for moving up to another level. And I just wish blessings upon you, the family, the NYYU family, because like I always say, this is not a group. This is a family. Because that's the way you make us all feel, I am desperately trying my best to get clearance from my doctors so that way I could go out there to be with you guys. But if not, hey man, the good thing that the Lord did is one day after another. So if it won't be this one, I am sure I'll be for the other one because I am getting stronger. When I see you in person, I'll explain it to you because it's not about making excuses. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be real. So, God bless. Keep on rocking, and let's go Yanks! Okay, bye-bye.
Angel Serrano, my guy, I always appreciate your voicemails. And just by the way, real quick, Angel, I want to say this. I know for a fact from you, my friend, it is not an excuse. Get better, get strong, get well, because look, my friend, as long as you are here, I plan on being here, God willing, and we will certainly meet. And I know you'll be at an event as you're strong and ready to go, my friend. So thank you.
Hey, P, what's going on? This is Marco. How you doing?
Marco!
How you doing?
How
As far as the Yankees go, excited about the young players. I think they can really be an impact for next year. Obviously, we're going to need them going forward. But I just wanted to talk about, maybe the offseason acquisition of Juan Soto. We're still going to need a left-handed bat, no doubt about it. Plug in left field. Obviously, I don't think I would trade Dominguez. Only a 1-year rental. Hopefully, you can sign him. But, maybe like an Everson Pereira, maybe a Clark Schmidt, something like that. And a couple of pitchers, maybe. I don't think it's going to cost as much as what the Padres gave up.
Yep.
But we'll see as far as that goes. I just want to hear your thoughts on that. Thank you, Pete. Take care. Have a good day.
Marco, my brother, it is very interesting. I don't want to get too into it right now because we got a whole off season. But it is very interesting to see if the Padres will put Juan Soto on the market and go, hey, smacky the likey, hitty the subby for Juan Soto. I'm just saying, you never know. And man, oh man, let the people dream. Imagine an outfield, Soto, Dominguez, Judge to start next year. Imagine the lineup balance. Imagine Volpe, Soto, Judge, Dominguez, whatever you want to go about it, just imagine it, put it in your mind, and make yourself happy.
Bro. Oh, man, I love that intro. How you doing? Fucking hate. What up, man? Still.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. What's up, man? What's up, chat? How you doing? Yo. Damn, it feels good to be back around the
This guy's on the juice.
500 mark.
Oh, man. That's how you know how shit this team was, man. Fucking A. It was brutal. But, yeah, man. They just keep going at it because there's only, what can go wrong? We got to play the kids until they can't play anymore. We got to at least try to have a good winning record, I guess, because there's no way in hell we're making a wild card. That's a fact. You know what I would love to see, though? I would love to see Juan Soto in the Yankee uniform. And guess what? I would love to see him play first base. That would be the most perfect, ideal situation ever, man. Anyways, I got to go. Bye.
Guys, can we please stop some of the horrible takes? We can't have the LI take of the day anymore with Juan Soto playing first base, guys. We can't do stuff like that. We are supposed to be an educated fan base. Why does I just got a question to ask this chat. Why does everybody seem to believe you just hand over a first base mitt to anybody and they go ahead and play first base? I do not understand why people think that that's a normal thing in baseball. You don't just go, hey, buddy, first base, and they grab the mitt and go, okay. I'm ready to field. Hit me the ball. What do I do at first base? Put your foot on there and catch it. That's it. That's it. Why does everybody think first base, you just throw the biggest ogre you have? Hey, you just throw him at first base and let him play. It doesn't work that way, folks. And I'll be honest with you. If you've played baseball before, I really question your baseball knowledge if you think that you should give anybody a first base mitt and go play first base. Hey, what are we doing here?
Good morning, Pete. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying the show as I'm recording this. The Yankees are not as far off in 2024 as they might seem right now. They have to get Stanton off the team. They have to try to get DJ or Rizzo off the team. So they need to get rid of two of those three players. Like you said, they need to get Yamamoto. They can get Bellinger to play first base, and I'm okay with Dominguez in center field, and they need to get Juan Soto. They have enough pitching if they do that, and they have enough offense if they do that. I do think that maybe the Yankees might think we don't need to go out and get a third baseman if we re-sign Gleyber Torres, and Gleyber Torres can play a decent second, and we can put Peraza at third. Then it sort of negates the necessity of going out and trying to get a third baseman. I'm also okay with the Yankees trying to get rid of Torres, put Peraza at second, and then going out and getting a third baseman. But I think with the offense that Gleyber produces, they don't want to lose that. So, yeah, and as far as this year, they're not making the playoffs. The season's over with. Let's give the kids a chance to play and see what we have. But next year, they have to get rid of Stanton for sure, or DJ and Rizzo. So, yeah, they have to get rid of three of those, or two of those three players. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I love the idea of Bellinger at first base. It's something I've talked about a whole lot. I really do. I really do like that idea. I think it's very possible. Let me say this real quick, though, again, because I'm not looking to give Li attention. Li, you know, I like you. You know, I keep you around here. You're a good kid, but let me bring something up to you guys real quick. For anybody sitting there saying Juan Soto's not a major league left fielder, please, for the love of God, show me the other position he's played in 6 seasons. You mean to tell me you know more than 2 other baseball organizations that did not have to put him in the outfield? The Washington Nationals have had him in the outfield every year. San Diego trade for him. They put him in the outfield. I'm not saying the guy is Mickey Mantle out there. But for people to go, he's not an outfielder, Pete. He's not an outfielder. He's not an outfielder. He's the first baseman. Where the fuck is his first baseman? Up his asshole? Because I don't see it nowhere. 6 seasons in the major leagues, everybody. He's been a left fielder. All of a sudden, Yankee Stadium is the Legion of Doom of left field. Oh, you can't play. Hideki Matsui played out there. He was a decent left fielder. We've had Bowers play in left field. Oh my God. Juan Soto playing outfield at Yankee Stadium. Man down. Oh, cut the shit.
Hey, Pete. Good morning, sir. How are you? D-Rod calling. How you feeling? How's your dog doing? Hope you're doing all right and the dog's okay. And, of course, your fiance, I hope she's doing well as well. Got a question. You know, you just mentioned a couple of minutes ago, I wasn't planning on calling, but you mentioned about analytics and the eye test, and I completely agree. You know, you need the eye test. The eye test is at 100%, and analytics is at 100%. You need a marriage of both. And each team, depending on the front office personnel, has to kind of figure out what the best way of doing it is. You know, what kind of the best combination of that. And so, you know, and for me, analytics, because I'm not, you know, I'm an older guy. I'm not big on analytics, but analytics. You don't need analytics or to be heavy into analytics to know who a good player. You don't need analytics to know that Trout is a good player. Mm-hmm. You don't need analytics to know that Aaron Hicks is a shit player. Right? Mm-hmm. The analytics is sort of the fringe players, like the Luke Voits of the world and things like that. You know, you get stuff like that. Like Luis Castillo. You don't need analytics for him, right? Or anything else. I mean, you can use it for prospects, but, you know, as well. But that's for me, analytics is for that. It's for the guys that are like, yeah, I don't know, maybe kind of, sort of, you know, things like that. You know, the diamonds in the rough. Yep. And that's my thought on that, because you brought that up. Your soliloquy earlier was, made me think of that. And the other thing, last thing I wanted to mention was, a little off topic on your show today was Volpe. You know, Volpe, everyone's going, you know, like, wow, he's good, you know, and I agree with you. He's better at second base, you know, doesn't have the arm for shortstop, and, you know, he's doing okay. But again, he's 21, he's a young guy, and after a while, a couple of years, maybe he gets better, maybe he gets worse. But you can see he labors. It's not fluid for him there. You can see he's really, you know, really having to put 100% in it all the time, in the throws and the fielding. And I think he would do better at second base with that same effort, and it would be easier for him at second. You know, as opposed to Peraza, who's, you know, it's very fluid. It's nice and easy. You can see him. He's not, it looks easy. He's like Robinson Cano at shortstop. Yeah. But the thing is that with Volpe, he's, you know, what would you rather have? Like right now, he's going to be probably a 25-25 guy this year, and those are great numbers. Mm-hmm. But for him specifically, personally, I guess the question is, would you rather have him 25-25 or maybe 15 with 50 stolen bases? You know, what's better for the team? Yeah. You know, and I don't know. I'd rather have him at 15 at 50. You know, because he's got about 20 bases now, but he had 12 of them by May, and he's only had 5 or 6 or 7 in the last couple of months. Why is that happening? You know, I think, you know, he's a guy that can run, so let him run and let him have 50 stolen bases. I think that would be better for the team. Anyhow, sorry for the long voicemail. I appreciate it. You take care. Have a good day.
Thank you, D-Rod. A lot of very, very valid points on there regarding analytics and a few other things. I'm actually happy you brought up Anthony Volpe, because here's the thing, too, about Volpe that I think people do have to remember is, one, like you brought up, he's young. Here's the other thing, too, that I'll say is that, you know, Anthony Volpe could stick at shortstop. You know, I've always said he could stay there. He could play the position. There's no doubt about that. But is he their best option on the team? I've always said I don't believe that. I think Peraza truly is the best defensive shortstop they can have, but he could definitely stay there. That's not an issue. When it comes to who he is as a player, Anthony Volpe's always been that guy, though, that we're seeing right now. And that's why I told everybody, I don't know where this talk about he's going to hit 300 and Derek Jeter. He's very, very different than Derek Jeter. Very different. Anthony Volpe has always had good, surprising power because he's a smaller guy. But he drives the ball out to right field, can hit a bomb to left center field. He can do all that, and his swing enables him to do that, but it also enables him to swing and miss. When it comes to the stealing base stuff, I'll be honest with you. You're right. He had 13 stolen bags in the first month of the season. And then the Yankees were like, yeah, I guess, you're not allowed to steal runs anymore. So I don't know what happened there, but I agree. And this is why, again, I talk about the manager for the Yankees. Guys, I tell you what, if I had Volpe, if I had Dominguez, if I had Peraza, and if I had Everson Pereira on a team, they would bother the ever-loving shit out of all the pitchers in baseball because they're so damn fast. You got to utilize that speed, man. And I agree with you. Volpe should easily be a guy that has 40-plus bags this year. Now, there was a point he barely got on base. There was a point he had like a 2-something on base percentage for a long stretch when he was really struggling. But no doubt about it, as he grows and gets more accustomed to the league, yeah, I think you got to let him loose. You got to let it loose and be that guy. But he's always going to be a swing and miss guy with good power. 265, 270. I don't think he's hit a 300 hitter. I don't see that from Volpe. 265, 255, 260. We'll see what happens. But let's keep it going. This is the last voicemail of the day, guys. Then we're going to wrap up.
Yo, what's up, brother? Love the show, man. Fellow New Yorker here. Let's get one thing straight. Juan Soto is not playing first base. Juan Soto is a premier outfielder. That's where he's staying. Now, my question to you is, would you rather see Soto or would you rather see Ohtani on this team? And with all the contract money that we got rid of, do you think there's a possibility that we go after Ohtani? Let me know, brother. Thanks for keeping it real. One.
I think there's always a possibility the Yankees go after him, but if somebody were to come to me today and go, Pete, it's either Ohtani or Soto, who you taking? I'm taking Soto. I'm taking Soto all day, and by all means, either one of those guys is a great business decision. Either one of those guys is a great business decision, but I'm taking Soto. I'm taking Soto all day, every day. I'm taking Soto all day, every day, time and time again, time after time. I am taking Juan Soto, folks. Oh, here we go. The alternative. Here we go. We got to get one of these people in here. Of course we had to. Juan Soto has been mediocre, folks. Let's see what mediocrity is to the alternative, folks. All right, this is going to be fun. Let's check out what mediocrity is. Juan Soto right now, his WAR is 4.3 this season. Here's another LI comment of the day. Juan Soto has an OPS plus of 147. Juan Soto has an OPS of 900. He's slugging 488. He has an on-base percentage of 400. Juan Soto is very mediocre, just so everybody's aware. He is very, very mediocre. I don't know what baseball some people are watching, but I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about to call this guy mediocre. I don't know. But anyway, guys, we are going to wrap up today's show. Thank you guys so much for tuning into All Rise. It has been another fantastic show. You guys are forever goated. Before you dip out, hit that thumbs up, folks. Hit that thumbs up. Smacky the likey. Hitty the damn subby. Peace, guys. I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you for Game Season Live later tonight.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but the shit's still wet.